Let me adjust that camera a little bit. There we go. Is that better? Hey, good morning. What? Hump day. Wednesday, right? Oh my goodness. How are you guys this morning? I hope you're doing well. I just made a fresh cup of coffee. Do you guys have your coffee? You all ready? I want to know how many people have gone out and bought straws now. I'm going to start this new trend of drinking your coffee through a straw. I've been doing it for years, actually. Even when I go home to visit my family in New Jersey, they all make sure I have plenty of straw, so I love them dearly for taking care of me. Actually, my best friend does too, in Florida. So all of my needs are met when I travel. This morning, I thought we would talk about spirit guides and what do they mean and your guides. So, you know, if you have questions about it or have a comment or want to share something, I want you to feel free to do that. Feel free to talk about your guides and if you notice them, if you know their names, if you feel like they're helping, or if you have no connection to them and you're saying, Colbs, like, how do I do that? Like, how do I know that they're even there for me? And because sometimes I'll tell you, it does take some trust and belief, because we can sometimes feel like they're not around, that we've been completely abandoned, right? But they're always around, and they are there helping us, even in the times when we feel that no one is there for us, that they are there. So I thought this would be a great, you know, a great area to kind of talk about and a great area to cover, to say, hey, let's figure out who your guides are. What are you doing to find out? Are you communicating with them? Are you connecting with them? How do you connect with them? And, you know, in a nutshell, and there's always various theories. So, you know, meditate and form your own theory, but, you know, I'm just going to share my feelings and theories. Oh, good morning, Colby. I wish I knew my guide's name. Okay, so let's take this a step back, just for anyone who doesn't really understand the concept of guides or isn't really sure what is happening. We kind of all have a master guide assigned to us, right? So a master guide is like the head honcho, the main go-to person, the CEO. It's usually, you know, not someone that you would have known. So not your family member or something like that that is now passed over. This is someone who lived many, many, many years prior to this physical realm. They've kind of graduated. You know, I feel like in this physical realm, we go through lessons, right? Those are called life lessons. And we all experience them, from disappointments to joy to celebrations to deaths. We all kind of experience these life experiences here. You know, then when we get to graduate, we cross over into the other realm. But I don't think just when we cross over that we're there and we're done. I think there's actually more lessons. I think those are soul lessons. So these are life lessons, those are soul lessons. And we continuously go through those lessons and graduate and graduate and graduate. So I feel that a master guide is someone who's graduated. Like they're super trained. They're like the master teachers of the spiritual realm. So they choose you, they get assigned to you to say, I'm going to help this person on their life path, on their journey. So you can kind of feel your guide when you are going through life, when you kind of, you know, something happens and it intersects, like there's a feeling of an interception of where you were going to go, or showing you you're on the wrong track, or it doesn't feel quite right to you. You know, your guide is there to kind of help you. Now, your guide is not going to prevent you from making mistakes. They're not going to prevent you from having life experience, but they are going to help you and show you. So if, for instance, you're meant to kind of have a bigger calling, or kind of something a little more on the forefront, you know, like for me, again, I used to work in tax, work in an office, but I kept seeing this picture of me in front of an audience, and I was like, no thank you. But my guide, I could feel this guide saying, no, it's time. It's time. You know, sometimes they give you a kick in the butt. It might feel like a kick in the butt. They're not always the most gentle, or they pull everything out at once. And you're like, and they'll be like, well, we told you. So they help you along this life path, but they, at the same time, help teach you the spirit lessons as well. So we learn and we grow. They're kind of like the parent. They're like the parent of the spirit world. So your physical parents, maybe, but your spirit parents, now those are the ones that are going to be like, time to get on track, time to do this, move away from this, let's explore this, let's learn this together. So that's the idea. Now, there are other guides that step in. Maybe if you're going through a trouble with a relationship or your career, you know, there may be other guides that kind of step in, maybe on a little bit more of a temporary basis if you're going through a health issue, things like that. But this is your primary kind of master guide, and that's the idea. And again, it kind of could take on a few different things. Maybe that's just the whole spirit force behind you, and we're representing it with one person. Maybe you feel like you do have a team. So regardless, that's just the kind of the basic premise of the concept, of the idea. So now Julie wants to say, hey, I wish I knew my guide's name. Well, there's a couple things to do to maybe try to discover that name, Julie. One would be just to be more aware of your physical surroundings. So you just put it out to your guide, hey, I'd love to know your name. So you can either meditate and do a guided meditation that helps you connect to your guides, and ask if they'll kind of give the name. They may or they may not in that particular meditation. But you're now putting it out to the universe, letting them know that you're open and aware to the signs that they may give you. So then what you can do is just in your daily life, just drive around. See if you happen to notice a sign that has a name that kind of pops out to you. If you do, just take note that that may be your master guide's name. Sometimes we're expecting this moment. And it's not. It's very, very simple. It's a very simple experience as to how you get their name. Good morning, Bronny. You're late, Bronny. No! Bronny, we are talking about guides today and your master guide. So if you have something you want to ask or a comment you want to share, please feel free to do that. But that's kind of what we're talking about. So, Julie, just to give you an idea how I discovered my master guide's name. So I had read this book, So You Want to Be a Medium, and it's a really great book helping you through mediumship. I really enjoyed that book. But again, part of that book was like, hey, just put it out to the universe as to what it is and allow yourself to take notice. So I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and I went to Salem with my best friend, and we walk into one of the Witchy Woo stores there. And I have a tank top on. It's the middle of summer, super hot, sweaty, humid there. And I'm just walking through the store, looking at the crystals and all the things. And I could hear a little bit of people buzzing and talking. And I wasn't really paying attention just because, as you know, when we do this work, we're always hearing buzzing anyway. So I wasn't really paying attention to the people buzzing. And then my best friend stops me and she's like, oh my goodness, they're talking about your tattoo. She goes, look over there. And it was this statue of a husky with wings on it. And it was crazy because it looked exactly like a tattoo I have. I mean, exactly. And I didn't even know this thing existed. So it was so crazy. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Julie. I didn't even know this thing existed. And I went over and I lifted it up and it was so heavy. And I thought, well, that's going to be a bugger to ship. And then it was expensive. It was like $200 or $300. And I was like, no, that's okay. So I left it there. But I kept thinking about it. No, I didn't, Diana. I did not buy it. I did not buy it, right? So I leave the store. We leave Salem. And now a few days later, I'm back on the plane. And I can't forget I knew there was something about this statue I was missing. And I kept hearing, you need to get it, you need to get it. So now I'm on my laptop on the plane trying to find this thing. Googling words, trying to find it. Dog with wings. Yeah, I know. And just by the pure destiny or the universe, I found it. No, someone didn't buy it for me. No. So I found it, like through searching on an airplane, didn't have the name to it. Anyhow, I found it. The place had one left. And I was able to get it for like $60, which was unheard of. I guess they didn't realize what someone else was charging. And the name of the piece is called Spirit Wolf. And I knew the minute I saw the name on the internet with the piece Spirit Wolf, I knew that was my master guide's name. I just knew it. Like, oh my gosh, there it is. So, oh wait, hang on, look. Hang on, let's go on a journey. Field trip, everybody. So look. Can you, there, see? Look. And it holds a candle, so when you put the candle in, the eyes light up. So, right? Is that not crazy? So, field trip. Don't you like the field trip? And then, watch. Okay, so I don't know how well this will turn out, but look, I'll try to show you my tattoo. Ready? Can you kind of see? It's not the best picture, but there. See? So, there you go. That is my story of my name of my master guide. So for you guys, it's the same thing. Just look for the signs, look for the symbols. Again, it could be a street sign and you just happen to pause a little longer. Or maybe you're looking and you happen to see a blue jay and then you sit there and the name blue something comes forward. So there's various ways that they're going to come to you. And when we let go of how we expect them to come to us, then I bet you we'll see those signs and those names so much more quickly. But we're expecting this moment that may not happen. It may just be as simple as people pointing out the statue to your tattoo, and then it doesn't leave your head, and then when you look for it, the name pops up. So, put that out there, allow yourself to open up that communication with your guide. I'll tell you what, yesterday we were talking about loneliness, and if you build that connection with your guide, it is always a person that you can go back to. Guides are people, they were people coming here, and I do believe spirit is still people. So it is that you do have that person to talk to. You have that connection to talk to. There you go, Julie. So now, Julie, if your guide's name ends up coming to you, let me know. And it doesn't have to be this big, long name. I mean, I've seen people who their guide is John, Tom, Pam. So, don't expect that it needs to be some name that isn't familiar to you. It could be very simple. Sometimes I think we overcomplicate the signs and the symbols that we're getting. But knowing that your guide is there with you, and your guide will push you. They will. I mean, I'm sure many of you have felt your guide pushing you or redirecting you or saying to you, not this time. And sometimes too, you know how you also know is because it will stick with you. It's like this, I don't know if gnawing feeling is the right way. Good morning, Mary. I don't know if gnawing feeling is the right way, but it is that constant feeling like, I gotta move this way. And I feel like that's your guide trying to nudge you, trying to push you. Like I said, sometimes they just... Connie, there you go, Bronny, right? Connie. So it's wonderful when you can build that connection. Now, if you are looking, good morning, and if you are looking for love or a new job or a new career, or you are going through a health issue, maybe ask for a guide to see if they will step in and help. See if they will step in and kind of lend that a little bit of support or guidance in that area. But don't put your dependence on the guides. You know, it's not about making demands of them or expecting them to do something. It's just about having that connection with them. So, oh, there you go, Laura. Laura Lynn says she just got nudged during her meditation. You see, it's wonderful, right? You got nudged to watch this. Just kidding. So, anyhow, I hope that kind of helps and gives you an idea that you can connect to your guide. I really feel that you can. If you don't have a name, don't stress about it. Don't stress about, the name. Julie, it's Saturday is the spiritual service. So it's Saturday, but I don't know if I can live stream it. Yeah, it's, because there's been some changes in technology and they don't make it as easy to live stream these days from a regular computer. So I've been working on it. And good morning, Pumpkin. I've got to pay more attention. Yeah, well, it is. It's nice to, it's nice if you can notice what your guides are saying. It's nice that, but again, don't put demands on your guides. They're there to kind of help you. We are responsible for our own choices, for our own life. We have to take responsibility if something isn't going right. And the more we take responsibility for who we are, the more success we will find. And success, let's just really quickly define what success means. Success is not necessarily financial gain, right? It could be a filling of the heart. It could be a feeling of feeling complete, or a feeling that you're living in your truth, or a feeling that you're being authentic, being independent, you're holding your boundaries. Any of that can be success, okay? Good morning, Rick. So Bon Scott. Oh, that's kind of a cool name. That's a very cool name. So, yeah. You're all getting your names, and for you who don't have the names, maybe this will kind of help show you or give you a little insight as to how you can get the names of your guides. But please trust them, look to them, have conversations with them, and see how your life really doesn't kind of become a little more successful in that practice, okay? And I want you to have a wonderful day. You're halfway through the week, right? 2 more work days left, and then you have the weekend, so no more football, so that's gone, and hopefully you're planning for Valentine's Day, and there we go. I will see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.